All right, so there's two different types of questions that you're going to see involving finding the inverse. I'll go through the more difficult of the forms for that. Okay, so one is something to the effect of all right, so here's the two different forms. Okay, so you're either going to be given the log form of it or the exponential form. Okay, and they ask you to find the inverse. Okay, so here's the process, and I'll try to write down the steps too. So if you're taking notes, you can be as precise or accurate as you can. All right. So the first step in finding the inverse of a function is to do what? Does anybody remember? Before that? Change. Okay, so the first thing is to exchange the x and the y. Okay, so trade off your x's for your y's. So that's the first step. So x is equal to 3 plus log base 8 of y. So that's the first thing that you do. All right. Then the next thing that you do is you isolate the variable that contains y, or whatever the term is that contains your y value. So that, in this case, is right here. Okay, so in order to isolate this, we need to subtract a 3 from both sides, right? So the next step is to take x minus 3 is equal to log base 8 of y. All right, the next step. Now what we want to do is we want to, when we write our inverse, so we've already switched the x and y's. When we write our inverse, we still want a function or an equation where it's y equals something. So what we need to do is we need to convert from this log form into the exponential form so that we can solve for y. Okay, so the next step is to convert the form. Okay, and so we're either going to go from exponential into log or from log into exponential. Okay, and the whole purpose of this step is to be able to get your y alone. Okay, and so here's the form, or the conversion from log into exponential form, which is what we're going to do. Remember, the base of our exponent has to be the same as the base of our log. So 8 is the base of our exponent. Okay, we're going to take it to the power of whatever's on the other side of the equation. So the power of this base 8 is going to be the whole thing, the whole expression binomial x minus 3. And then we're going to set that equal to whatever's inside the log. So we set that equal to y. This allows us now to convert and solve for y equals. We get the equation in the form y equals. And so this would be our inverse of this given expression. The same steps, these exact same steps hold true if you're converting or if you're given the exponential form to start with. So if I repeat these steps, change the x and the y. So we get x is equal to 3y plus 2. Okay, step 2, isolate the term that contains your y. So here's the term that contains y. So to isolate that, we subtract a 2 from both sides. Okay, so now what we want to do is so this is our equation, but we want to rewrite it in the form of y equals something. So in order to write it in that form, we need to convert into the log form. Okay, so now when we convert into the log form, we get log base, whatever the base of our power is. So the base of our power is 3, so that's going to be the base of our log as well. Okay, and then if you think about how you convert, because to me it's easier to go this direction. Take the base of the log to the power of what's on the other side is equal to what's inside the log. So if we were to think, we take our base of 3 to the power of, what was the power of up here? y. So that goes on this side, and then is equal to, what is that all equal to? This whole expression, x minus 2. This still fits that pattern, right? If we were converting from this form into this form, it's 3 to the power of y equals x minus 2. Okay? And so you can use the same kind of process to go in the reverse order. So this would be the equation for the inverse.